Hello and welcome. I am so happy you are here with me today because I have something completely different to talk about. This video is not about the usual heels or the sandals that I often bring instead. It is about a type of footwear that looks almost futuristic. And I think it will surprise many of you. I love when I get to introduce something unusual because it breaks the routine and gives me a chance to share my genuine first impressions with you. What I want to present today is a pair of purple silicone socks for women. They look like a second skin because they are made of an elastic material that is light, flexible, and slightly transparent. The design is extremely simple, but that simplicity makes them stand out. Even more, they do not hide the shape of the foot at all. On the contrary, they adapt completely to it. And that makes them unique compared to any traditional shoe. The purple shade gives them personality and makes them playful and eye-catching. Holding them in my hands, the texture is very smooth with that soft, rubbery touch that feels both delicate and firm at the same time. I cannot compare them to leather or fabric because they belong to a totally different category. They are neither slippers nor sandals nor regular shoes. They are more like a protective layer that hugs the foot in a natural way. The absence of buckles, straps, or heels shows that the entire purpose is comfort, lightness, and the sensation of freedom, like walking barefoot, but still covered. What I find most fascinating is that these silicone socks are not trying to imitate other footwear. They have their own identity, and that makes them attractive in a fresh way. They might not be the choice for a formal event, but they could be interesting for casual wear around the house or even for outdoor moments where you want to feel comfortable and light. I think this video will be fun because I will get to share every little impression about how they look and how they feel before I start trying them on. The moment I begin wearing these purple silicone socks, I notice immediately how different they are compared to any other kind of footwear. The material hugs every curve of my foot without leaving any gaps, and that gives a feeling of security while still being incredibly light. It does not feel like fabric that can slip or stretch, nor like leather that can feel stiff. It feels more like a second layer of skin that is simply there providing comfort without demanding attention. As I focus on the texture, I realize that it distributes pressure evenly across the entire foot, and that prevents any single spot from feeling sore or restricted. This small detail makes a big difference because it shows how carefully the design relies on flexibility rather than structure. It is unusual, but in a very refreshing way, and it instantly changes the mood of the try-on. As I move around with them, I sense that the level of flexibility is remarkable. They bend with the shape of my foot without resistance, and every small motion is followed naturally. There is no weight dragging me down, and no hard sole changing the way I walk. It is almost like being barefoot, but with a slight protective cushion that keeps me from feeling totally exposed. The purple color looks vibrant under the light, and it makes these socks feel less like an accessory for health or spa use and more like something playful that could be worn casually. What is interesting is that even though they look delicate, they still feel strong enough to handle movement without losing shape. And that adds confidence because I do not feel like they will slip away or tear easily. This balance between delicacy and resistance is not common in shoes, and that is why they stand out. What stands out to me is that they could be used for many different purposes. Some people might use them simply at home to relax. Others could find them useful for the beach or pool, where regular shoes are uncomfortable, and where you still want a bit of coverage. They also remind me of minimalist barefoot shoes, designed for running or exercising. But in a more stylish and soft version, the material seems durable enough to resist stretching, and yet gentle enough not to irritate the skin. I find that balance very interesting and worth appreciating. Another thought I have is that they could work well during travel, Since they take almost no
Generate by
space
AI.
and could easily fit into any bag or suitcase, they could also be good for quick errands where comfort matters more than appearance, so their practicality makes them even more appealing. Overall, the sensation of wearing them is a combination of lightness, flexibility, and a surprising sense of freedom. They do not demand extra effort to adjust or tighten. They simply stay in place, as if they belong to the foot naturally. I think many people will find this type of footwear intriguing because it challenges the usual idea of what shoes should be. Instead of being heavy or structured, they are minimal and almost invisible in their presence. That makes me enjoy this try-on even more because it feels like discovering a new category of fashion that blurs the line between socks and shoes in my mind. They represent a bridge between function and curiosity, offering comfort, protection, and a touch of fun at the same time. I feel that this experience is not only about showing footwear, but also about exploring how design can redefine the way we think about everyday items. After spending a good amount of time with these purple silicone socks, I feel I can give you a complete and honest review. They are without a doubt one of the lightest and most comfortable pieces of footwear I have ever tried. I like how they adapt to the natural shape of my feet, almost as if they were created specifically for them. That second skin sensation makes every step feel soft and free, and I never felt restricted or forced to adjust them. The texture is smooth and flexible, and it distributes the pressure evenly across the foot, which makes walking effortless. What I also notice is that even though they are very practical for relaxing moments, they are not the type of footwear you would want to wear for long outdoor walks or very formal occasions, because after a while, they can get slightly worn, and their minimal design does not provide much support. Still, the playful purple color and the originality of their concept make them a refreshing choice, especially if you enjoy experimenting with different kinds of shoes. In conclusion, I think these silicone socks are not meant to replace regular shoes, but rather to complement them. They are perfect for casual use at home, for lounging by the pool for a beach day, or even for traveling when you need something light and easy to pack. I appreciate the comfort and the freedom they bring, but even more, I enjoy the curiosity they awaken, because they challenge the traditional idea of footwear. For me, this try-on was not only fun, but also eye-opening, since it showed me that fashion can be both functional and unconventional at the same time. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments what you think about this kind of footwear. Would you see yourself using them for daily comfort, or only as a playful accessory? I would love to read your answers. Do not forget to leave a like if you found this review interesting, and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss my next try-on sessions. Thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your time with me. It really means a lot.